Everyone's got an excuse. What's yours? The legs, too, the legs. Gotta get the legs in there. How you doing, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development. This is my 27th weekly update. We are, 3 weeks out? So, actually want to chit-chat a little bit before I jump into everything everybody's interested in, if anybody's even interested. I'd like to believe people are, but basically what I'm doing in terms of preparation for MegaCon, I will be taking some diuretics, and by diuretics I mean caffeine. In the coming weeks, I will up my caffeine intake, which right now is nothing. So every day I will be supplementing with some caffeine in the form of coffee, which I actually do drink my coffee black. So, for all the people like, coffee, not good. I drink black coffee, so. And I drink light roasted black coffee, because light roasted has more caffeine. Anyway, I suppose I should be timing this. I'm gonna think I'm at about the 2-minute mark right now. So, I'm gonna be supplementing some caffeine. I've been eating significantly less amount of calories, and I've been eating fish instead of chicken. I cheated a shit ton this week in terms of food. It's just what happened. I am learning to forgive myself, and I didn't jump up in weight all that much, but next week, and obviously this weekend, I will be very strict with my dieting because it's crunch time right now. And speaking of crunches, I wanted to talk about my workouts, how I'm changing them too. I'm moving towards, I consider more of a cutting workout, where basically my volume is not necessarily changing, but I'm not doing a bodybuilding regimen, so to speak. I'm doing more of an endurance regimen because I feel it cuts you better when you're more of an endurance trained athlete versus if you're a bodybuilding athlete. 'Cause bodybuilding in general is all about hypertrophy. You want to get as big as possible. You want to get the muscles as big as possible. And I'm pretty happy with the size that my muscles are right now in terms of proportions and everything. I've even got my calves to be about where I like them, so I'm going to keep the regimen I have going with them. I train them about 3 times a week, actually, my calves, because they're so lagging. Sorry, I had a tickle. So anyway, I am moving my training towards more of an endurance workout where I will do the exercise that I do a number of times. 20 reps per set of an exercise versus, 8 to 12, which does mean my weights get lowered. But that also helps my form with things like squats, and it helps my form a lot of things because the weight is lighter, so I can focus more on the form and the actual movement of the muscles, but I feel like it cuts me better when I do that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to start taking some more caffeine supplements, which I consider diuretics, but and I say that jokingly, by the way. I'm not an idiot who actually believes that caffeine is like a major diuretic. It's not. Yes, it will make you pee, but it's not a diuretic in the form that is usually banned in terms of drugs. Anyway, I will slowly reduce my water intake as that week comes along and try to shed as much as I can. And then eventually, basically that last week, I'm going to cut my carbs completely out and just live off of protein. mainly fish, to try to thin out my skin, get some vascularity going on, because I mean, I'm looking at my body and I'm like, man, I only have 3 weeks. I don't think I can lose any more fat than I have. That doesn't mean I'm going to quit. That just means I'm where I'm at. And I'm treating it like a bodybuilding show. Basically, I'm going to be like carb free and shedding for that whole about 3 days, and then that day of, I'm going to just carb the fuck up. And that's going to be awesome. So that's what I'm looking at for that. Let me get into the nitty gritty. So average weight this week has been about 183, which, as I recall, last week I was 184, so I'm a pound down. But I'm averaging my fat percent at 14.8, and I know that's down from last week because it was about 15.4 last time. And I know what you're thinking, like, how come it's like jumpy like that? The calibers, it's funny, they give you a range, you know, like if the measurement is 12, it's between 12 and 14, you're 13. It's like that. It's not, you know, it's not like 14 is 14, 13. It's not like that. But regardless, my fat has gone to 14%. So I'm at the lower end of the double digits. I've gotten over that hill of 15%. I want to keep going. I think I said it when I started this, I wanted to be at 12 and see what I look like there. And I think at 12, I'll look really good. I'm starting to see the veins in my forearms sticking out more often when I walk around and stuff like that, so my vascularity is going up, which has to do with my reduced fat. I'm sure it has to do with that. Sorry. There we go. Okay, pet peeve. So that was my weight, my fat, and I guess my workout's the only thing. I feel like this week, right, you know what happened? I went to a convention for work on Tuesday, and I walked around a whole bunch, so I was like beat. Like I walked 10 miles, and I was just beat when I was done with it. And I didn't bring my meals with me either, so I ate like shit, which was pissed me off. But I didn't eat a lot. I made sure to like kind of, I had basically 2 things to eat that day, and I know I stayed under my caloric range. I'm hoping I did, but what happened, happened. That's what matters. And it's over now. And my workouts still stayed pretty good. I made sure on my leg days that basically I focused really good on them, and I didn't let those stray. And I still got a good chest pump in during the week and stuff like that. And my numbers are still steadily going up. I basically don't want to do any more workout videos until my body looks impressive enough to put on film while working out, and my numbers are impressive enough. Because, I mean, you know, I did that one with the shoulder workouts, and it was okay. I'll admit that. But it's going to be even better when I come to another one, and I'm shrugging 400 pounds, which I actually don't even think I own 400 pounds worth of weights, so I'm going to have to buy some more weights. That's about it, everybody. I said, how you doing, right? It's my opening catchphrase instead of what's up. So how you doing, once again, and, you know, good day. I promised to no longer do the shameless plugs. All my good shit is linked in the bottom. I released some videos earlier this week of my Super Saiyan cosplay, my Trunks Super Saiyan cosplay. I finished the boots. Those are on my Instagram, link in the description below. And well, the pictures to that anyway. And I'll put the links to my other 2 videos from the week in the description box below. And as always, if I can do it, for 27 weeks now. Dramatic pause. Then what's your excuse?